Where was I? 4 days before I turned 18, I left Australia. Why? To travel. I left with nothing but my bank account and my backpack. I have never lived alone. I have never travelled alone. And here I am in a village called Achaltsketi, or something similar, I still can't pronounce the name, in Georgia with a friend I met on the road. Now, being very young, going into such a situation, I have learnt so much. And I wish to share with you those things I have learned, as being so young and taking such a big step would offer a unique perspective on what I experience and how it affects me. So I hope you stick around. It's going to be an interesting look into how my life has changed, leaving at such a young age, taking such a big step. Well, the first thing I learned traveling at 18 is how much I am due to change in a few years. I have met people of all ages on the road, and between the ages of, call it 21 to 25, they all look at me as if I'm a child, as if I'm younger. I'm thinking I just graduated, I left, I'm doing what I'm doing. I feel like I've grown, I'm mature. But every single one of them will tell me how different of a person they were at my age. Now, I'm a bit confused. I'm thinking there's 3 years between us. What's most that could happen? However, I have learned that I am due for a big change. 18-year-old me is not going to be the same as 22-year-old me. And now that was a bit of a shock for me, because I'm thinking I'm an adult now. I'm doing what I'm doing. But every single one of them, with confidence, reiterated that fact. So I'm not sure how I'll change, but I'm quite excited. And leaving the way I did, I'm hoping that it will be a very positive change. Hopefully I'll grow to be more mature, and it leaves me very excited for who I will become. Because I'm already happy with who I am. I know I have lots to learn, and I know I have lots to gain. The next thing I have learned, which I find really important, is character development and learning how to socialize and be a better person. Now, I've been staying in hostels my entire travels, minus the times when I've got a group of mates and we buy an Airbnb together, or I'm staying with the local. So the nature of staying in a hostel, you're meeting someone new every single day. And this has given me the opportunity to reflect on myself, because before leaving, I'm with the same group of people and I'm doing the same things over and over. But being exposed to such new situations and a wide variety of people of all ages, I've been friends with 54-year-olds, I've met a couple 18-year-olds. And the point about this is the amount of people and types of people I cycle through. I'm able to learn behaviors, patterns that are both good and bad about myself. I learn things I'm doing that tend to annoy people, and I learn things I'm doing that people appreciate. So, for example, I talk too much. I'm going to be straight up there. I have been told and I have learnt that I talk too much. Now, being at home, I never realised I did that. But by travelling, meeting enough people, getting the feedback from people who have nothing to lose by telling you, it has allowed me to reflect on what I do and then try to learn from it. So now if I'm talking, I pay more attention to see who is actually listening. And most of the time, I go, oh, I've been talking too much. It is time to stop before I drag on and annoy everybody. Now that might seem a bit cynical, but it is part of character development, and I'm very happy that I am experiencing this, as when I am older, I'm hoping that flaw will be rooted out. So it is something that you learn, and it is something that you develop on. That is one example of the bad. There are also positive things I have to work on, and there are more negatives. But the raw character development through socializing that I'm experiencing from a wide variety of people of all ages has been extremely beneficial to me. And I'm hoping that at such a young age, it will shoot me up in development. I'll be so much more mature, so much more likable and respectable through these interactions. The next thing I've learned I find to be a really powerful one, because it is the immense raw feeling of freedom. Now, let me explain. Picture the scene. I'm at a hostel in Sofia, Bulgaria. I'm sitting on the grass, I have a ukulele in my arms, and I'm lying there. I have the sun on my face, and it dawns on me. I have nothing I need to do but keep myself alive. Tonight, I can stay up till 3 in the morning, sleep 1 hour, and do nothing for 24 hours, and it does not matter. I could go for a run, I could sit on that grass all day, I could go get a meal to eat. I have nobody telling me what to do but myself, and I have nothing I have to do myself. My sole and core responsibility is to keep myself alive. Now, at my age, people are studying at university. Maybe they're working at a job. Maybe maybe they're at an apprenticeship. That's a common one. Landscaping. I've got a friend in landscaping. Each one of these lifestyles lead a routine. And the immense click I had where I learned I do not have a routine was truly powerful. At my age, to experience the feeling of freedom that most people would never get in their life is jaw-dropping. It really is just something that I will never get over. In my life, anytime I will pick up a job, I will be reminded of the time where not a single person on this earth, except for the police and myself, could tell me what to do. I have discussed character building, the immense feeling of freedom, and how I'll change as a person. I want to change pace for a bit, throw that away, and go on to something a little easier. And that is simply fun little skills I've picked up. Now at 18 years old, I've never lived alone, I've never travelled, and I'm meeting a wide variety of people with a wide variety of skills. So while travelling, I'll listen. I've learned how to play ukulele, I'm starting to learn how to play piano, mind you. I'll wait for that car. I've learned how to shuffle cards. 3 examples of the first things that come to my head that are fun little skills. Now, these do not contribute to anything deep. These do not contribute to later in life. However, they're just fun little things I pick up. Through the wide variety of people you meet and skills they have, the friends you make, it just throws it onto you. I've learnt some poetry, I've learnt some art, just fun little creative hobbies. Hopefully I want to go scuba diving eventually. I met a friend, he said he'd teach me how to go scuba diving. It is just these quirky little fun little skills that I feel put me ahead of the rest of the people my age in development as, just learning these little things, I'm not learning how to shuffle cards at home, I'm not learning how to play piano, but I feel like it's just good fun, I'm happy with that. Before I left overseas, I had one burning question. I am 18 years old. Will that make anything more difficult for me? In a broad sense, no. In a little sense, yes, but I'll get onto that a bit later. Let's talk about the no for a start. In Europe, for example, 18 is the legal adult age. I'm able to book flights, I'm able to book hostels, I'm able to book anything. Booking, no problem. Drinking, going out, no problem. In the eyes of the law, I am an adult. So that does not matter that I'm 18 years old. I enjoy all the freedoms I wish. However, in the little sense where I mention yes, allow me to explain. Things are different traveling at 18 because how people treat you. Now, I'm very lucky as tried and tested. I get people to guess my age when they first meet me. They always go, 21? 23. No, 24, 22. And then I break the news I'm 18. Then I go, oh my God, you're such a little baby. And then I'll do a little, oh, come on. And I'll go, oh, but I respect you so much. The point of all that is that people will treat you differently. And I like to categorize it into 2 age groups. The first one, between 22 to 26, they will treat you like you're a child. As I explained earlier, these are the people who have just undergone their change from being a fresh 18-year-old into an adult. So they still see you as before the change. They think of who they were and they see that in you. So they will treat you differently and you will have to fight for their respect because you will be the butt of all jokes. They will make fun of you for not knowing anything. So in that sense, you will get treated differently. I tend to find 21 years old and lower, they treat you the same. They won't look at you as a child. But from 26 and above, around 30 years old, I find you get treated differently, but in a better way. In my experiences, people older than, say, 28, they tend to care for me almost, but not care for me. I'll explain. They see me as a little brother figure, almost. When I've been sick, they've wanted to care for me. And when I've been lost, they've wanted to help me. When I've been out, they'll buy me a drink. And when I'm at the hostel, they'll want to teach me how to cook. They'll want to teach me skills. They will want to develop me. So traveling at 18 years old is no different to any other age, except how people treat you. So you just need to have a positive attitude when being the butt of jokes from those a little older than you, and you need to be real, modest, and humble to those a little older who want to help you and want to take care of you. I've had food poisoning where they've made me food and brought me sparkling water is meant to be quite healthy. Those dogs are going loud. And then while out, I've just been asked, hey, do you want a nice coffee? I'm like, oh, I don't really want to buy one. That's not what I asked. And I get a nice coffee. Simple things like that where they respect you a bit more. Hold on a second. What? I am sorry to interrupt. Kamera coba. Where was I? Not the usual video interruptions I get, mind you. I've lost my train of thought. Let me conclude that last statement. So, nothing is different. The only difference is those a little older will treat you like a baby, and those a lot older will treat you like a brother. So, I'm going to end it there. Light-hearted points aside, I want to finish the video on 2 more points that are a bit more deep, a bit more heavy-handed, but powerful and important. The first one of those is that I have learnt to accept that it is okay to be lost and that I know so little, and to ask questions. Now, I want to begin with I know so little. I've just graduated, I turned 18, I'm an adult now. I go overseas, and I'm back to being a baby. I'm entering foreign countries with writing I've never seen, and I'm meeting people with experiences I can't dream of, and that has taught me that it is okay to know so little, because that means you can only learn so much. Asking questions has opened a wide variety of mental experiences for me, lessons learned, skills, and knowledge of around the world that I could never have dreamed of. Going from political to personal, I've learnt so much by accepting I know so little, lowering my ego, and taking on these pieces of advice. It is okay to get lost because people are there to help you. And it is okay to wander around aimlessly because you will find your way. I don't have too much more to say on this one because it doesn't need much said, but it is extremely important, and I've been very humbled by this piece of knowledge. Last piece I want to bring up, I feel like is the most crucial and the most key, important piece of information of what I have learned. Now let me tell you, this piece is that travel is easy. Simple as that. Anyone of any age, I could guarantee can travel. Let me explain. You are worried about money. You are worried about getting places. You're worried about getting lost. About money, as long as you save up, budget yourself correctly, it is easy. Now you are worried about your budget, of course. You've never traveled. I've got a video for that. I'll put that down there rather in the description. But managing your money is very, very easy. I've never lived alone and I've never traveled, and I'm managing to live on 10 Australian dollars a day. So if I can do that, I'm sure you can. Granted, you are probably older than me watching this. You have more life experience and you have a better mind for money. Getting lost. You are worried about getting lost. Today you are worried about traveling. Everybody is there to help you, and you do not need to speak the same language to receive help. And on top of that, it's quite hard to get lost. On your phone, chances are you have Google Maps or anything similar. Google Maps has a live GPS. You can download apps that have a live GPS. You can buy a literal GPS. As long as you have a GPS showing where you are on the map, you have downloaded the map, you cannot get lost. Bring a portable battery with you so your phone doesn't die on you, and you will be sorted. I have been in villages I do not know the name of, in countries I have only been in for a few days, in a place I will only be in for half an hour, and I can find my way around simply with a GPS. You are not at risk of getting lost if you can follow a GPS. Simple as that. And about being worried to getting to places. You don't know how you're going to book a hotel. You don't know how you're going to move city to city. This is a short point simply because of how easy it is, and it's getting dark. So I want to film this while you can still see my face. Getting places is easy. Booking.com, I mention it in my living on $10 a day video. You can book online there. Simple as that. No questions asked. You select the dates, you select the room you want, you get there. Once you're there, say you want to go on a day trip, say you want to move city, you go to the staff. What if you're camping? You go to a tourist information center. You cannot be stuck anywhere. You can hitchhike out if you have no transportation. It is that easy. With those simple things I have learnt while traveling at 18, I feel like I have grown and will grow into a much bigger and better person. Now, it's starting to get dark, so I don't want to drag this on too long, but with those simple things I have learned, I hope to offer you an insightful perspective into the mind of such a unique situation. Now, I hope to post more videos like this, and I hope you watch more videos like this. I have some adventures I've done. I've been picked up by police, stranded in a village, stranded on a highway, 200 kilometers hitchhiking one day. I'll put that down in the description. Remember to check out how I live on $10 a day. Put that in the description. And right before I left alone, I did a backpacking video. I want you to check that out as well. I hope to do an update video 5 months in. My gear has changed. But now it's getting dark. Time to finish it. I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you.